Oh, hello. This
Oh,
is Dirty 20
hello.
Gaming, and I've still got. There we go. I had Twitch turned on, so I heard my own voice in both in and out of the headphones, and I was slow. So let's try again. Dark Elf Twilight, hello. We are still having good holidays, I hope. Same with yourself. Let's get rolling, shall we, with these fine people? My name is Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming, and this is a surprise visit because we weren't going to have a game this week, but we had this one last unfinished thread to 2024 that we got to wrap up, and that was this game. This game that was brought to the person I'm going to introduce last tonight. I want to get the introductions done fairly quick, so if you don't mind, guys, I'm just going to sort of say your names and a couple sentences, and we'll be on our way. Cool. That means I saw you give me a thumbs up already. So, Brochan, an amazing human being, here on Tuesdays, playing a drug addicted but still usually lovable character in our cartoon stripes.
Fluctuation functioning.
Yes, yes. Barely functioning drug addict, but strangely used to rolling very, very high scores when he's wasted. So it's interesting. And then here tonight
Yes.
for one final episode as Ario, the all singing, all dancing, oh God, no, I'm not getting old actor we all know and love. Next, Janet, get your link. A streamer in their own right, who does reviews and whatnot, that sort of thing. I'm just talking while I get your link. There it is. Da, da, da.
Thank you, and
Gaming, TV shows.
Bang. Oh,
thank
good
you,
stuff.
VTuber.
Yeah.
thank you, and hello.
Hello. You do reviews and all kinds of wonderful stuff. People should tune in there on a regular basis. And I know there's always stuff there on your VOD as well, so they can tune in to see that. Now, I'm going to slow down a little bit here because the next person we talk to is not only playing Zedna for us this evening, and not only created the subclasses that all of you are playing in this game and have done for the last number of weeks, but also is directly, because of that, responsible for this whole game happening in the first place. Against all odds, and I don't even, there's no hyperbole there. We got through all of these weeks, and we are here tonight to the final episode of this game. Um, they say the journey is more important than the destination. In this case, we got to the destination. The journey was amazing. So I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and are still having it. Me too. To our folks in chat, hello, hello, hello. These guys, well, let's just do. Oh, you have one additional? Yes, please do. Yeah, a surprise. Yes, please. Oh, hey, wait, no, okay. Yeah, as long as it's for everyone, I'm okay. Yeah. Please check my. Do. Sneaky message. Oh, I did miss that. Oops. But
Surprise DMs in Discord. La, la,
Maybe
la.
Santa Claus.
Maybe the official version of this class.
no, I forgot to change the artwork. Is what happened, and I don't have it available right at the moment. Sorry. uh, my apologies for that. But
You can edit later on
Yeah.
VOD.
when I actually I can change it on when I do the I send it over to YouTube. Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. So there, thank you for that. I will change that for you there. So anybody watching on YouTube, ta-da, new art.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, hang on. I gotta fix this. Watch me go now. Do. Save image. Watch me go. Watch me go. Watch me go.
Yay! Bardic inspiration, Kevin.
More like kicking my lazy ass and telling me to do my job. I don't know.
No.
This is
No,
magic
you don't.
of
You don't
life.
say
I,
that. I
I, I
said that.
believe in you.
I said that. I'm allowed
This
to.
is
Through the
this is
camera.
magic.
Yeah.
this is magic of stream.
Poof. Just like that.
Positive vibes. We have to have
Where did it
some
go?
scuff on the stream. It's our tradition. So do not worry, everybody. It's is it
Oh,
it is as it
nice.
always been and will be.
We're still on it.
Yeah.
We're still on it. I just it's a big image, so I'm having to shrink it to get it on the screen. Oh, there's part of it.
Yeah.
As though falling in from a great height. Ooh. I'm actually gonna do
Superhero landing.
everybody else here is sort of from the waist to the head in today's overlay, including a me that I made. With your permission, I will make
Puppy
you
power.
also from the waist up and use that as the avatar.
Oh, I recently commissioned an art for Zedna.
To bring them to
To
life.
bring
Yes.
Zedna to life for everyone to see.
Actually, you know what?
Nice.
I want to show off all the art, and there's room, so we're gonna do that. There we go. See, this is what happens when you create a subclass and a character and make it possible for other people to play in the game and play test a new subclass and be a fan for 5+ years. So there,
Yay.
Zedna, your new art is now on the overlay. Thank you for reminding me. And yes, it is amazing, Scott.
Thank you.
Okay, so, woo, ta-da!
Success.
We make lots of mistakes, but we do cool shit too. Let's, speaking of cool shit, I segued. Let's play this game. We all know there's going to be mayhem and craziness in a couple minutes, but first, Scarlett, you're in your room. Is it finger food, snacks?
Food from
A meat and
breakfast.
cheese. Oh, right, because you didn't eat breakfast. You ran out to the fight, so you come back in. Oh, so you're sitting in your room eating cold breakfast.
Yes.
Perfect. The eggs are all, the bacon's all in its own juice. Oh, starting to congeal. But you're eating it because you're a hard ass, and that's how this works. And
Yes.
there
And
is
because
one.
I'm and because I'm alone, so I don't need to be covered.
There's one of those knock and open the door at the same thing moments. You hear on your door thump thump click, and it opens on the third knock, and presumptuously a silver cart, is pushed in by Eric. But Eric's
Uh,
got quite a look going. Um, he's in the full armor that he was in when you fought him, and a chef's hat. And he's pushing the cart towards you, and it's brunch. So it's like croissants and fine cheeses and a glass of wine and the bottle decanting behind it. There's his glass is still over by the bottle, which is his way of asking whether he's invited to stay or not. But he just pushes the card up to you and grins his big froggy grin and says, "Would Madam like her cucumber sandwiches with or without crust?"
with crust. And okay, you didn't have to do this. And Scarlett put away this cold breakfast and look at Eric and Carrot.
And as you do, he grins. He says, "Oh, I think the point that I didn't have to do this is rather the point I'm trying to make." And he takes off the chef's hat and he goes to put it on the cart, and he starts to grin, which on a face based on a frog is a really big grin. And it's like he's reaching out towards the most dangerous animal in the world, but he reaches out and puts the chef's hat on your head. I did it really, really slow to give you time to react. And then you hear it, you feel it go
I can't,
drunk.
I can't let an head him put on me.
You gotta push up into it and make sure it stays on.
And I'm and Scarlet is asking why you are in armor.
Well, I told you that I was not allowed to fight after I lost, correct?
Yes,
Well, I didn't tell you what the punishment was. It's
so please tell me, because I don't know if we have any occasion for this after this. And Scarlet look at Tower Bacon window.
he looks at you and says, "If I fight again, I will die. But if I look out that window and you're losing, duck, because I will be coming with all of my might. Because without you, there's no point in staying here."
Yeah, but I'm also Scarlet what after with us, because probably I will return to my realm where you are in, only in the books. And Sky looks at her hands and put down her head.
And he reaches out like he's going to take the hat, and he drops his hand down and he touches your face. He says, "No, you see, you've changed. So when you survive out there, I can come with you. Besides,
How?
besides," and he grins and he says, "I'm your patron."
Yeah, by the way, if you are emperor and you put crown on my head, I'm empress. I know that it's silly, but I'm curious.
The act is done, the title is yours. The only thing left after this bother today is for you to design your own crown.
She smiled lightly, and she started to take food from cart.
Hmm. And he lets you start eating and reaches out and takes off the chef's hat again and sort of just folds it up and throws it on the table next to the food. He hands you your wine, and then without asking anymore, he picks up the other glass and pours himself a glass. He sits down across from you, like he's not next to you, but he's across from you, and he just watches you eat for a little while. And he says, "Please don't." And he keeps looking at you like he's measuring you somehow. And he says, "Please don't wreck your head today."
Okay,
And he's looking, and
whatever
you
it.
realize what he's doing is he's looking at you, trying to imagine what you look like with various types of crown on.
I try, but I nothing promise because I can't predict anything.
Well, I'm not asking you to predict anything. I'm just asking you to. Well, I've seen out the window. I'm asking you to fight as hard as you've ever fought in your life.
Okay,
Speaking of which, if you're done, and like this took several minutes, so you've had time to have a proper meal, he says, "I think your friends would be expecting your help soon."
yeah, I only drink some mana elixir because
Hmm?
I fought before and I need more spell points,
As
but
you,
I don't have
yeah,
time for nap.
he looks at you and he says, "Oh, no, no, no. The queen never needs to nap." And he reaches over and just touches you on the forehead, and it's just a like a lightning bolt passes through you, and you feel just pumped, like a full night's sleep and a workout at the gym and all the things that everybody's ever told you that made them feel good. It's that. It's just a huge endorphin rush and a rush of power.
Thank you, you are so energetic.
And he bows so deeply that he should fall over, but it's fiction, so he doesn't. He bows so his head is almost on the ground, and when he comes back up and he says, "Only because of the inspiration I received, madam." And he reaches over and just opens the door of your room.
Scarlet, for last time, hug him from
Mhm.
behind.
From behind, okay? Then he does the thing where
Yes,
he hugs your arms, you hug him, and then he hugs your arms.
yes,
Yeah, very out of form, but he allows it to happen, so to speak. He might be the emperor, but you're the fucking empress, so you do what you want. Very much so. And yep. And then do you leave?
yes.
And he
By the
close.
way,
Yeah.
how he react when he is opening door and I hug and Scarlet hug him from behind.
He puts his hands over your arms where you've got him hugged, and he does the lean back and press against you, like the try to get deeper into the hug.
Okay, and he don't do anything for good luck, like kiss or something.
Um, as you come around the front, he's looking at you expectantly. Do you kiss him?
Yes, but I kiss him in forehead because I'm saying that after battle is full kiss.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. So you kiss him on the forehead, and then you walk out,
Yes,
and he's smiling. And as he closes the door, just as he closes it, you don't hear it because it's a perfect castle. He turns around, heads back to the cart, and he says, "You better come back, Scarlet, because I'm beginning to think I'm in love with you." And he starts unnecessarily tidying up the cart.
I try my best. And Scarlet, when he's
Oh, you didn't hear that.
close,
You didn't hear. I specifically said after you were outside and he closed the door. So that was my little scene.
mm, but
So,
when I'm in
mhm,
front doors
yep,
of castle, I'm use my crossbow to be invisible.
yes. So boom, you fade away as you step outside into the battle scene.
Yes,
Perfect. Because the scene of this battle looks like a weird version of those uh, landscape art books where the cover is invariably a beautiful calm lake with a forest behind it and a mountain reflected in the calm lake. Ooh, like it's always the same picture. This is like that, but sideways, and you're in half of it. Because there's your tower, there's their tower, there's the two of you outside. One gets the door opens up and an invisible person walks out at the same time. Everything's different, but everything's the same. So this is like instead of the lake being perfectly reflective, it's a little bit swampy, maybe, because that tower is grayer and darker, and the spikes on it are bigger, and the battlements are bigger, and it just looks overall. And this is saying something, especially considering the new art. That tower over there looks nasty compared to yours. I mean, yours is, they're both bulletproof. There's no need to look nasty. But that one over there is making a point. Your sky on your side, we talked about the bubble that's over this world. It's so normal because you've been here so long now. But on your side, you can see the sky is blue. And as it gets to that center line, it's cloudy on the other side. The whole thing like that. The weather, it's colder over there. You can feel the gusts trying to come over into your side.
Scarlet is whispering to Aryo and Setna, "Oh, this tower looks like from my realm." And
So the two of you are outside, and you hear that out of the no, the space next to you. An invisible person says that. Do you recognize the voice? Obviously. But
Nice to have you on the battlefield. You will be the deciding factor, Scarlet.
thanks. And please leave to me my version.
Don't
please be
worry,
sure
I
to
will
call
have.
up whatever heavy
Yeah.
it is. We can
That's a good
manage.
idea.
Mhm.
Arya would summon his rose and search his memory of dream. No, no witches today. I'm not Macbeth, but I have a better idea, and he would start to summon another fake creature to the battle.
Okay. I'm gonna make some notes here because I want to ask all of you what your plan is for the first round. So summon Fae. That's all I need for that.
I
Yes.
want sneak
Scarlet?
to. I want sneak to
You're
my
sneaking.
version.
Okay, perfect. To where? So the thing is, you realize as you look over, we're gonna get to this, but I'm just gonna give you this sentence for now. Other Scarlet's invisible too, and you can't see each other.
Yeah.
Zedna, what's your initial intent? I have mechanics for the two of you invisible people hunting each other. Don't worry about it. The first thing you need to do. I love this. Is every time we start a fight, I hear Zedna in my head just go, "All right then." All the summons. Yep.
I can only
Tag five.
five
Oh, I got. Yeah,
bubbles.
yep. With five of you with your aura, right?
Yeah.
Superior packed weapon buff. Oh, wow. That's right. You can wind them up. This is my favorite part of not reading people's character sheets. Nobody's ever called me lazy, but I feel like some people think it's like it's a cop out. But
No,
I
you're
love
not.
finding this shit. Like I don't know what you can do until you do it. That's my favorite way to GM. So Arlet, Scario, and Arios Fae summon would be the first three. Yeah, because it's me sitting in the chair, I'll let you hold the other two until you can't target yourself. So yeah. So make a note because I'll forget. But you've got two that you can already bop. You got. I'll let you hold two until you think of until two more critters hit the field. Does that work? Cool. So remind me every time when that what that does because like I said, I got to run. I got to run three warlocks and all the shit that they're summoning too. So all right. And for your own self, yes. Employ old reliable. Yes, shadows of Moyle. Uh, you've cast it so long now, the shadows have got cobwebs on them. It's beautiful. It's right. And so that's this prep round. All right. So shadowing of Moyles. All right. Now that I know what everybody wants to do, now may I please have some initiatives?
Yes. One moment. Why? What happened here?
Oh, and I almost
My,
forgot.
my card went to sleep. Sorry.
Check
Oh,
out.
no worries.
Check out my initiative
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
rolling
don't
it for you
remember.
right now. You rolled a 12. Scarlet rolled a 12. So that's
Ah,
And I'm
so not
rolling
good.
right now.
So
it's
not good.
it's about right. 16.2 on Zedna. That makes sense. That's your fighter. You want them going first. And Ario.
I'm waiting for the roll. I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
roll on something else next time. I forgot how slow those rolls are here. I'm gonna roll on a roll of dice next roll, but
Okay. So what was this? Do you? Oh, you're still waiting for this. Do you mind if I roll a
He-
d20 for you? What's your mod?
17.
17. All right. There we go. That works.
17, yep.
17. Holy crap. This is absolutely perfect. Oh, I love it when the dice do a thing. So, Ario, you acknowledge Scarlet's presence. As you turn back
Yeah.
and start to summon this fey creature in front of you, you see across from you at a distance. The first time each of you really makes eye contact, I'm going to describe them. First, with a small over the table thing, I had to think of the opposite of Ario, and that's hard to do. Till I did this. Ario, your opposite looks like you did 20 years ago, but slightly better.
No,
Everything
Mario is not.
they don't need to use makeup like you do now. Their clothes fit just that little bit better. They've got a better light. They're somehow better lit than you are. It and as you go through the motions of the summon, you see them. They're doing it as well, but they're making you look bad because yours looks like you're casting a spell. Theirs looks like they're dancing. And
You
at,
are so dead.
and at the same moment, both of you draw your fey creature into this world. Yours comes up again, just um, looking spectacularly alien and wild, I presume.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a small fire elemental. It's called a Corin, I think.
oh, okay.
Correct.
Yeah. And as you do that, you see them drawing up a very similar creature. The two creatures lock eyes, and it's again that mirror effect happens, and you see them just like, I know you can control it, but they're just going head to head. Those two creatures, they're like matter and antimatter. Nothing's keeping them apart. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Did
It's
that
totally makes sense.
did that cost you a spell slot to do that?
No, that
Okay,
was
okay. In that
the
case, I don't feel
mythical
bad.
arcanum, and because
Yep.
I Correct is one level higher than the seventh level. Will not use my other secretive arcanum, the force cage, to summon the correct because the correct is better than the other idea I have. And usually Ario find some costume, but right now he's not using Mask of Many Faces. He's in his suit of armor with bones and scales,
Yep.
and shows that he made from the dragon
Yep.
wormlings, and he's like ready to go, ready to fight.
Yep.
He's
That
got
makes
an
perfect
idea.
sense. Yeah. I like that because that's where that sort of roughness comes from. You guys just built this armor, but it is just built, right? It's not as polished as the ship that he's wearing.
He's
Uh,
proud of his workmanship because he
Aurea. I'm
put
gonna call him Aurea.
work on it. Yeah.
Just decided calling him Aurea. I should call him Aria. No, you're Ario. So Aurea. I just did a
Maybe
basic English.
Oreo.
Not quite Oreo, but Aurea. Anyway, so yes, you see them mirroring your actions, and the two creatures sort of attack each other. So
Okay.
that's you and them. Zedna, you cast Shadows of
You
Moil.
didn't do my turn.
It
You're
will
at
be
12.
next.
Ah,
Yeah, there's 17 and
okay.
16, and then you're at 12. And each one of you, as you go, your alternate's going to go at pretty much exactly the same time.
Perfect.
So as you sort of Zedna, you start to bring up Shadows of Moil and bring about your packed powers. You look across, and this alternate version of you hasn't got all these upgrades. It's probably the most like your original character. It's got the face, the mask, except on that traditional bird mask, it looks like chalk, but it's very carefully done stitchwork. Is the skeletal outline of a dinosaur, like a velociraptor head, all the way down the snoot instead of a bird beak? It looks like a velociraptor skull. And they've gone with that theme, where your red, shiny, metallic armor and a massive sword. They look more like well, Encino on Thursdays. They look kind of like a bone monster coming at you. As you do Shadows of Moil and it wraps up around you, they do very similar motions, but what comes up around them starts to buzz and fly in circles. They have wrap themselves in a cloak of flies. A slightly different effect than yours does, but you wrapped yourself in shadows. They wrapped themselves in flies, and I'm presuming the two of you are just doing that sort of anime bold stride towards each other. It's not every girl gets to find herself. And you hear from the other one. Is it strange that I'm actually kind of excited? Okay, yep. I thought you were going to say aroused, but yeah, actually, kind of excited also works. On the other side, you hear just a horrible laughter, and they drag that original, that sort of scimitar shaped blade. They drag it on the ground, and it starts to tear holes in the ground and everything around it. It's like a spreading rash of necrotic power behind it, and they look up at you and say, "Oh, good. That way, joy will be your last experience." And the two of you prepare to close. That's where we're going to leave the two of you. Scarlet, you've got quite this. They smoke. That's that sound even more cliched than I do. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Uh, Scarlet, you have the interesting task of trying to sneak up on yourself when you're both invisible. So, do you try and put yourself in their mind? Like, if I was there, where would I hide, or how do you go
Yes.
about this? That's the idea. So you want to outthink yourself.
And
Okay.
look how she look and act,
Yeah.
and if she have Eric too
Okay.
close to her.
Okay. I'm going to give you an insight roll to start this with to see that because the Eric question is very, very interesting. Okay. Because it had to do with Eric, I gave you advantage, which means you actually critted. It's a 21. You look and you can tell from the way that they hold themselves, they don't. You realize at that same moment, the difference is that even though you're ready to fight and kick ass and just wipe the floor with this alternate version of yourself, you're softer. And you kind of hear Eric's voice in your head say, "That's the answer." So, with that, you start to sneak. And I'm going to give you advantage on your sneak roll because of that. So, you stealthy. Even in your heavy armor, and we said this because you don't have a penalty for it because it's the magic armor, you stealthed at a 15. So I want to now roll for them because they are you. I get to roll the same thing. Nope. You start to move through your sort of half of the landscape towards the line because you know how bad you want to fight. If they're you, they want to fight too.
Yeah,
If they're you, they've also decided they're not going to summon 100 little bugs to fucking do the fighting for them. It's time to go and punch some people in the face with a big stick. Uh, right? Is that's it? It's the two of you are
yes.
you're sneaking towards each other, but it's about who gets the jump on who. And as you get right close to that center line, you stop for a moment and try and listen. At first, you hear nothing, and just as you're about to take a step, you hear just over here crack, and you stay still. It was that close to being the same. It was a quantum gap of the difference. If you had stepped first, they'd have heard you step, but they stepped first, so you heard them. So you have now advantage on them when it starts the fight for the next round.
I want use that finger
Oh
towards
yes,
my
yep.
heavy
Okay.
person.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's one more round away. So this next one right now you guys are basically engaged. This is the big payoff scene in the anime book, right? Where the two sides of the army strike, except Ario, you and your counterpart are still quite a distance apart because that's not our we don't want to, nobody wants to slap fight at this point, right? You're better than that. You got
Yes,
better tricks than that. So from a distance, because we're using the same turn order, what
yes.
do you do?
About that, Ario doesn't want to have the distance. He wants to do something fun.
Okay.
So the first spell that he will use, he will do transmutation on himself
Okay.
to turn into a huge ape, gigantic ape.
Okay.
And I know that when a character is transmuted, they cannot use Mask of Many Faces, but just for fun, because there is an old Polish children story about a monkey with a razor blade.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he would use Mask of Many Faces
Yeah.
to get his gorilla self uh, full clad suit
Okay.
with a pinstripe suit with
The patches.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Oh yeah.
like the idea
The
is
gangster.
Glasgow monkey
Yeah.
with a fake razor edge that doesn't
Yeah.
exist, and he would run at him as the monkey,
All right.
but uh, because I have my summon and so he cannot run away. Once a day, the Korak can cast Otto's Irresistible Dance. It's a DC 13 Wisdom save, and even if he saves,
Yep. It's on
he
his turn.
cannot
So.
move and has to dance in place.
Yep. And I don't get to save until my turn. Even
Yes.
yeah. So, which is right away, but that's all right. Um.
But the idea is that he cannot run away from a monkey area.
Nope. Absolutely makes perfect sense. So you start to charge towards them. You change into the monkey.
Yeah.
You are almost there when. Where is it? Oops, wrong character sheet. That's why I have too many character sheets open.
I understand that problem.
I
And I
need
got
from you a intelligence save, please.
okay. I got +0 in intelligence, so it would be just one.
Roll, boy. You
yeah.
better roll. You could be in big trouble here.
Oh, I roll only 3, but maybe I can use my rose, and my rose gives me 1d6, I think. And a
That's
failed
still not
roll.
gonna be enough. That would be
Yeah.
9 total, right? Even if you got a
Yep.
6. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's nowhere near.
Yep. So
As you run forward, you hear. Yeah, I'm gonna reskin this.
do it.
The first sentence. First of all, I'm gonna let your spell hit first. You hit them, and you see them for a split second. They're forced to dance, and then they just go with it. Like, yeah, and they're dancing away. So they are hit by your spell. They are stuck there. They make
It
no.
has to be a silly dance.
Yep, they don't move at all. But they are so good because they're you 20 years ago. They managed to make it look like a pantomime. They make it
Yeah.
look it's bad, but it looks like it's intentionally bad. And at the same time, at one point, as they're gonna go diddly past you, he points over at you and says in this very camp voice,
Oh, but
"Oh,
I just remember that my magic shield gives me advantage, so I can.
oh, roll again."
I
Yeah,
should roll another time. Maybe the
yeah.
roll is better. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
get just so many magical crap at
No,
these
it's all right.
levels that I totally forgot. So let's try another roll. It's 16 this time.
16.
So
You
still
almost,
not
but
enough.
still no. The difficulty is 18. This thing's a beast. So as they walk past you, they kind of
6.
point at you with their fingers and go, "Oh, I can see the zipper on your bear suit." Like they insult your act, and you don't even look like a bear.
Yeah.
Which just doesn't sound like much, but it's too crushing. It's too much. It's
So I
yeah.
cannot use the +6 from the
Oh yeah, give it a
uh,
roll. Yeah, 16.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's 6. I wouldn't did I roll? I'm not sure if I rolled. It's 5. So 16 plus 5.
Okay, 21. Oh, you are very, very lucky. You managed to shrug it off. You look down. Of course you didn't. It's you made this. You didn't put a
It's a
fucking
monkey
zipper.
suit.
You didn't put a fucking zipper on
Ooh,
your
ooh,
monkey
ooh,
suit,
ooh,
right?
ooh. Yeah,
Oh hey, hello. Thank you for the
yeah.
raid. Thank you for joining us. You got here just in time to see a performer survive the ultimate attack on their ego because that would have been 32 points of psychic damage.
That would
Um,
be a lot.
let me
But I
see here.
used two of my packed bones. I got
Yeah,
only 3 left, so it's still a lot of my character's power
and you did
taken in the
succeed.
first attack.
Said you did succeed. So, but yes, and they're still. You are now in some kind of weird bongo playing dance on the alternate you.
Yeah,
Is they're embracing it's costing all the penalties that are applied are still there, but they've decided to go with it for this round.
definitely.
So the response was go with auto. Okay, that's all the names.
Amazing, thank you. That
No,
was
thank you.
interesting.
Next.
I'm sorry for getting lost in
No,
because
it's all
there's
good. It's
a
been a
lot of
while. It's
stuff.
all good. Zed. This is the scene in the anime where they do the cut back and forth. Until finally there's a hit and there's the big sort of chunks of energies and powers and stuff that flash to the sides as this tube of shadows encounters this tube of flies. Now you can see through the flies. They don't get that advantage. They don't have the. They don't give you disadvantage on attacks. Let me just open it up here so I can remember what it actually does do. Here we go. So yes. Um, oh, rather. Okay, that was their plan. Perfect. So yeah. In that case, go. You go first. For your action. Okay. Armor of Agathis. Yep. So Zort. Up goes your AC. So now you do damage when you get hit as well. This I like this. For your bonus action, Blessing of the Raven Queen. To get right in there. Just biff. And you're here. Yep. Okay. But that's an action and a bonus action. So that's all. Yeah. Okay. I love this. So you go ice cold, right? If I remember Armor of Agathis, that's the one that does cold damage, right? And you go right in their face. So you're going to do, I think it's even the same damage. You do damage equal to your charisma bonus, right? With this? So you do cold damage. Their flies, yep, their flies thing does what kind of damage does it do? But it's the same thing. So, yep, same thing. Equal to your charisma modifier of damage. It doesn't say what kind of damage. Huh. I'm going with psychic because it's invisible bugs. So yes, um, 5 do have due to the blessing if they also have 20 charisma. So yes, you pop right in their face immediately. The two forces trigger. You try to freeze them. They try to bug you. You both take 5 points of damage. Yours is halved. Uh, oh, there's a however and some dots. I'm in trouble. The armor of Vegas it's equal to the amount of temporary hit. Oh, temporary hit points you got. Okay, which is oh my goodness, that's much more. Yep, 25. Okay, thank you. So that's that. All right. So yeah, you take 2.5. They take 25. Yep. We know how that part of the fight's going. Uh, and that's the end, right? That's an action and a bonus action. So, Scarlet, they're right there. You can't see them, but they're right there. And as far as you can tell, they do not know that you are here.
I will be fast and quiet and send that finger
Okay.
towards her.
Finger of Death, absolutely.
Yes,
So that is, let me bring that up. That's a DC 17 Constitution save. All right, let's see if they make that. I get to use your sheet. Can't say if. Nope. So, that's a lot of damage. So no, they're not going to get the fire back. You aim at that spot, and let me just bring up the spell description because I want to get it right. You send your necrotic energy through the creature. It says you can see. I'm going to give you this. You can sense them. Uh, they made their save. They didn't. 78 plus 30 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half that much on a successful one. So they take the full, in this case, 57 points of damage. So that's that. And on their immediate response to that, because you can see the when the invisibility ends when you cast a spell. So they turn to you, and you see that they have taken as much damage. That's really interesting, because they've taken as much damage as you've got basically, and they're still standing. And they turn at you and blink a couple times, and go through the same little motions, and they look at you, and they try to talk, and all you hear is two can play, and they shoot you back with a finger of death. So it's a constitution save from you.
By the way, how every Scarlet looks. Because
Oh
now
yes, I did. Yeah, you're right. I didn't do the counter description. Counter other Scarlet has no features like Eric at all. They're the original you. They appear to be human or elven in nature. Their gear is your original colors. They're not your new, more subdued colors. They don't have your fancy weapons. They kind of look. The biggest difference, though, is they look cold, emotionless, unmotivated, and you realize the difference between them and you is that you care about something, in this case, someone, and they don't.
interesting.
And with that, when they fire the finger of death at you, you do resist it. You still take half damage, but you take 22 points of damage. So that takes you down to, you're down to 31 now. So if you hadn't made that save, you'd have about 4 hit points left right now. But you did. So you resist that necrotic. You're so used to it by now. Necrotic energy is like a big hug. This one just got away on you, but you absorbed some of that energy and didn't take the damage, whereas your altar did. So that's that turn. Back to the top. Ario.
You mute.
Yeah.
I know, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Too many cooks, too many tabs open.
too many windows. I got
So,
you.
yeah. So my summon, the Corin has thank you, it's okay, no need to apologize. Thank you, Zedna. The Corin has a quick action to use his magical rope made of hair. It's a DC 13,
Okay.
or he wraps it around the Oreo. If he doesn't make it, if he does
No,
make,
he does not. So
so he's restrained. All
he's now
melee attacks,
dancing and tied up. This is
all
turning
melee
into a
attacks on him is at advantage, and
okay.
and I my Ario will gorilla Ario will attack him 2 times with
Oh man,
huge
you just
gorilla fist.
You
with
just turned this into
advantage.
a weird BDSM club. He's dancing uncontrollably. He's all tied up, and now he's being beaten by a monkey.
Yes,
He's
so
attacked twice.
one four
I
times
love this
because
game. Four
it's
times.
it's
Yep. Yep.
it's two attacks with advantage.
Yeah. Oh yes. So roll forth.
So
Yeah. Roll. Roll with advantage
first one
twice.
is 6, so no.
Yeah.
Oh, and another 6. So the first one misses.
Yeah.
And Ario is just so happy that he just misses because if 12 would miss either way, I think.
Yeah.
But the other attack is
Oh,
one
well, that's
moment.
right. You have
Yeah, it's
you have the buff.
17 plus 6
So the second one
or
definitely hits, but the Pact of the Blade may help
or
you with the first
18
one.
plus 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one you were only off by 2. So what is the plus 2 from the Pact? They both hit. You start swinging. It's hard to figure it out because he's doing this weird creative modern dance in ropes trick. He looks like he's pretending to be somebody caught up in an electrical wires or something. It's hard to hit him. So you take that first swing and you're gonna miss. But Zedna's chaos monster that lives with them reaches out against the rules and just pulls the rope a little bit to so that you make clean contact. And then the second one, you stunned him with the first one, so the second one hits hard. So
So
roll me
it
some
would
damage
be
for both. Thank you,
3d10
Zedna, for
plus
reminding me.
6. So
3d10 plus 6? Twice? Okay.
yeah.
Holy shit.
1 moment, 3d6.
I said this fight was only going to last 3 rounds. The 2 rounds you got spell slots for, and then one more.
3d6 plus 1 moment. Once it's 5 plus it's 5 plus 6.
6, so 11.
So
Okay. That's 11 for the
that's
first
the
one.
first one, and the other one is also 3d6. It's another 5 plus
Okay, so another 11.
6.
So,
Yep.
yep.
And that's my turn.
So, actually, we got to finish this round because I've got damage so far. But each of you has done damage to your opposition once. I'm going to do it now, actually.
Yep.
So far as how much damage has been done in a single round, and yes, I know, Zedna, you're about to change this dramatically, but so far Scarlet has done more damage than anybody else with Finger of Death.
It's the finger of that. It's all or nothing.
Followed at the moment, and this is why I mentioned this, by Ario, who has done 5 more points of damage so far with his 2 monkey punches, and the help of Zedna, just making it extra ironic, to do 7 to get yours down. Oh no, pardon me. Zedna's done 3 more than you. Sorry, my math. Yeah.
By the way, Pact of Blades, it helps me too, or only Ario?
Yep, you're helped as well. So yeah, you get the +2 on any physical attacks. So it wouldn't have. The last one was a spell, so it wouldn't have given you the advantage.
Usually Ario helps out Zedna or Scarlet. This time Zedna helps out Ario.
Yep.
So it's full circle.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
But yes, it does apply to you. So if you attack with a weapon, and you will get the bonus.
Crossbow
Or does it apply
is
to
also
all? Oh, pardon me, all attacks.
Yes.
And
crossbow
damage.
is also
Okay,
physical.
pardon me. Okay. I was corrected. So even spells that use attack rolls. So you do get the extra 2 points of damage. So let me fix that. So
Amazing.
yeah, you did even more damage. All right. So that was Ario. Next is Zedna. You're right in the face with the other person. You both take damage again, right? They take 25, you take 5? Or is that only once with the armor if I get this? It's every round for the flies. Funny thing is, I always feel like I'm about to lose every time you start sentences with that. Just take my copy of chip damage. Where's the fun in that? Yes. Time to go all in. That's the title of the session. It was All In. Hand of Fate, All In. So let's go. Zenda begins to recite the incantation she said before. Ooh, time for Tasha's otherworldly guys. Yes. This is just a bonus action. Okay. Yep. Now for the attacks. Yes. I just looked at how much damage they've got left, and I realized I got to be planning a death scene very, very quickly here. That's perfect. Yep, first swing, nat 20. I would like you to do the damage each time. I would, because of that, because that's going to be a huge number. I would like you to do each attack separate with the damage. So uh, do the double the dice damage, or however you would like to do it. 28 slashing. Yeah, okay. That's that. And 30 force. Okay, that's that. Uh-huh. And there's still an and. Ah. Hello, all the new people. Guess who, out of all of these people, has played D&D the most and is like an absolute animal when it comes to combat? That would be our very own Kalina. Hang on. You always see those videos about things that GMs are have fun when they get to say, but when a player says, "Hang on, I need a calculator," that 49. Okay, so that's another. Yeah, that's another. Huh? Yeah, 5 necrotic. Okay, yeah. Have because okay, so only yeah, so only that. All right, that's the first attack. Yeah, and they need to make a con save. Okay. 15. They are now stunned. Okay, I will make a note of that. Yep, that's one attack. There's now 2 more, and they automatically do crit damage. Get out your calculator. I would really want to know this number, this the total number at the end of all 3 attacks. This is worth waiting for.
I feel that Zedna will have more damage than me with that finger.
Oh, yeah. But you've only gone once so far. This is their second whole turn. Yep, it's also yep. So that's another crit. Yep. I'm gonna make you do the math. That's a technically that's a double crit, but we don't do double crits around here.
I'm kinda sad that when I created character, I didn't include any bonus in my character.
Any which? Sorry,
I
I was
don't know
scratching my ear.
any bonus
Oh, okay.
because Ario have, Senna have, and Scarlet Note.
Oh, damn! You can't smite. Okay. Uh, that's okay. Well, you know what? That's when you win tonight, you got one of the gifts you guys are all getting is eternal life, right? So booming blade and oh my god, I want to see this. This might be a really interesting thing that we see here. I love the waiting for the math. through my pen. I'm so excited. Another 28 slashing. Okay. 5 necrotic. Okay. That's that. Yep. And 21 thunder. All right. That's that. Okay. And there's one more attack still, right? Yep. Where I grew up, this is called a shit-eating grin. It's supposed to look like a dog trying to eat shit without touching his lips, but it didn't. 25 to hit. Oh, yeah. Yep. So critical damage on this one, too, because they are all crits, because pretty hard to miss. You had advantage on the attack, too, actually, if that. 34. Okay. That's. Okay. And 5. Yeah. So that's. Okay. Well, here's the thing. All right. First question. Are you done? Okay. Yeah. Second question. What does it feel like to old school kill yourself? In other words, this version of you had 96 hit points, and you just took it to negative 97. So without a death save in sight, you have killed yourself dead. In one full round and part of another round, you did a total of almost exactly 200 points of damage. Now, 3 crits helps, but yes, you. While we move on, I would like you to take, and please try and keep it so it's all just in one box. I know that's a hell of a limit, but give me a how did that look? What was the what does the end of that look like? What is the end of counter Zedna? Oh, we made this joke before the
How do
show.
you
If
want
you
me
were
to do
American,
this?
yes, it's yeah. It's the how do you want to do this moment? Well, I made the joke before the show that if you were American, you'd be Xena. You're British, so it's Zedna. So you're gonna give me that paragraph or that couple sentences. Here we go. It's gonna be me raising the blade in the darkness, and just before you bring it down on your already unconscious, lifeless, chopped up corpse, one of your eyes briefly shows through, and you say, "May your version of the Raven Queen welcome you back into her embrace." And there's a moment, a cleansing sort of like being too close to an atom bomb kind of moment, like where you feel your own death pass through you like a wave, and it's just it's gone. And it's I'm not going to say any more than that, but at the moment you feel cleansed, absolved, pure. And we're going to leave you right there. Scarlet, you're next.
Scarlet will brush her face with hand and she will yell to Eric in the tower, Eric, today, today for dinner is fried chicken, and Scarlet will use crossbow and fire across to shoot to every Scarlet.
Absolutely. So you know where you guys can see each other now because you both cast spells, so that broke the invisibility. You fire away with the crossbow. Twang, twang. And So yeah, you're
Uh,
fairly yeah. Go ahead.
and if she not died yet, I will use again the two finger.
Okay,
I
so
want
you
both things.
okay, I'm gonna give you this because I want to. This is gonna be. We're in a position where everybody can pretty much wrap this except Ario. So I want to do this. You fire with the crossbow twice, thunk, and you just speed reload, thunk again, and you see them bounce back twice, and they reach forward to do the finger of death on you again, and it starts. And this one, because this is as classic an anime scene as it gets, this is the beams hit and they're sort of pushed to you, pushed to them, pushed to you, pushed to them, and then finally you can see the crossbow damage sort of makes them weak, and you push that finger of death down over their hand, and you see them like desperate, trying not to. They're trying to fight this off because it's you can just watch them die. You can see the skin shrivel and the muscle fade off, and it's just bones left. And you watch them. That goes through their whole body until there's nothing left across from you but a skeleton that looks exactly like your skeleton.
And Scarlet will uh, turn off smoke from crossbow, like from gun.
Yep. You do. Off the end of the crossbow.
Yes,
As you do that, your alternate form looks at first like they're collapsing very slowly till you realize they're bowing. And from behind you, from the castle, you hear, uh, shall I set the table for the three of us, my dear? Because one of your abilities is to bring back a thing that you've killed. So you now have a dead you as a servant.
I was interesting, and I will uh, brush my hands in
Yep,
every gesture.
yep. The two of you, Zedna and Scarlet, now have this moment. You've both finished yours up. You turn and look, and it's a series of like flashing images. You can see Ario in every one of the places that you fought, like they were sets on a stage. So there's the Colosseum, there's the cliff top, there's the endless void, just one after another. They like uh not headshots, but like bits of like somebody did a best of,
Snapshots?
like somebody did a best of.
Flashbacks,
Yeah, like yeah, the
flashbacks.
flashbacks. Like somebody did a best of video for an actor over the course of their career, and that's except you just saw the ones that you were part of.
Sizzle reel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sizzle reel. That's yeah, perfect. That's the perfect phrase for it. You see that, and then the two of you realize that there's this bubble forming. That it's the most magical bubble of all. It's the one between an audience and the cast. Ario and his alter ego have linked on this stage. And they're both such actors that a stage has
They just want to
literally
have fun, savor the
they're
moment.
they're off they're yeah they have created a theater in the round stage underneath the two of them, and they circle around each other, but they do that fake circle where nobody's ever got their back to the stage
Yeah.
to the audience. You can tell from here you can't help. All you can do is what the audience always gets to do, which is respond. Let's see what happens next in the act. Ario, you're up.
So the whole
The
idea
the lights are in your eyes. You don't have any idea what's happening outside of this stage, so you don't know that the two of them have won. Okay, just
is
to
the,
be
the
clear. Yeah.
whole idea of my tactic is that my summon doesn't attack because it's busy with the other summon,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it can throw his hair around.
Yep.
So every time I attack, I have advantage. That's why I choose the gorilla.
Yep.
As
Fair. Yep.
that was the idea behind my whole tactic of them. So once more, two attacks with the gorilla fists.
Yep. So with
Uh,
advantage.
Yeah.
The two of you watching see that, well, yeah, why not? In his passion for the moment, Ario has actually, he doesn't think so, but he's dropped the magic. It's not an ape on stage wielding a straight razor and a suit. It's Ario in all of his frustrated, middle aged, slightly balding, slightly paunchy man rage. It is not an ape going, ooh. It is Ario going, ah.
And he's so happy, like
It's just, it's
he doesn't realize
joyful.
it,
You
but
can
he
feel it.
hates this
Yeah.
person of
And he
himself,
is
this part.
performing for the Wembley Stadium. He's performing for 100,000 strong audience in his head. How do you respond to that? Just before we have him roll his hitting and damage and
Yeah.
such. Let's start with Zedna. This is his Oscar moment, right? He's acting out of his skin right now.
For your consideration.
Yes. Put this in my highlight reel. Scarlett, actually, if you want to jump in, well, Zedna gets a chance to think and
Scarlet,
type.
Scarlet, we could look at this moment and later should we just push her skeleton twin to the tower and go to the tower
Okay.
and say to Eric, she don't eat with us and that's it. I don't
As you,
react
yep,
on it.
as you get to
She
the
just
tower
ignores it.
and say that to Eric, Eric steps out to greet
So
you
much
outside,
scary.
and you say that, and you head in, and Eric looks at you and grins and says, "I'll be in a minute, Mom." And he puts on a little hat that has Ario's colors, like the green and purple colors, and you
Yeah.
see he's made himself a little flag. It's a little Ario flag, and he goes and sits, and when he sits down, he makes a seat. It appears under him, and so
Like
now
a
it's like,
football fan
yeah, and he's watching the play,
on a
cheering for
Rose
Ario.
flag.
Yeah,
And Scarlet, we look at Eric and then do with hand gesture, whatever, and she go to Castler pushing her skeleton twin.
yeah,
I love Scarlet.
and he and
Such
he
form.
he grins and
Yeah.
you don't have to be the same as each other, right? It's better if you're different. So yeah, he stays to watch the fight. Zedna, did you have a response at all, or are you just, you can't help, so you just or are you going inside to have dinner with Scarlett? Just leave these idiots out here.
Oh, it's my first.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay.
Oh,
So Scarlett's gone back to the castle. Eric is out here watching the fight. What is your response? Yep, he is, and you can tell from here you can't help. You can't get in there if that's where you were going. Stick around and watch. Okay. In that case, Eric sort of gestures next to him, not like right next to him, but sort of, arms reach away, and another chair forms. And he offers you an Ario flag. In all earnesty, he's like waving his and watching the fight, and he sort of hands you one out of nowhere. Gonna stick around to help if you can. So yeah. Okay, you're gonna break me again. Do it, do it, do it. You have an idea. What do you do in this round to help? See if you can figure if I want to. If it's impressive enough, I'm going to say yes. 2 turns. Okay, that's all right. He's surprising, unsurprisingly, he hasn't done a huge amount of damage. Oh, you're taking 1d6 damage to restore a spell slot. Okay, yeah, I like this so far. Tell me what the second part of it is, because I'm famous for messing with the rules. And self-sacrifice is one of my favorite tropes in games. And seeing as how we're doing the tropiest of tropes where you're fighting yourselves, or versions of yourselves, the second part. I'm going to use that last spell slot. Yep, I love this. To cast one of these spells. I love the tension, the buildup of tension that comes when somebody types. I want to do a game where everybody types just because the tension just ratchets. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yes. You're going to end this on a subclass special, Unearthly Chorus. What happens? Tell us about your special ability. This is magnificent. This is how these are supposed to end. Oh, music fills the air. An aria, if you will. Uh, an aria for
Ario
Ariel.
gets backup vocals.
Around a 30-foot radius. Okay. Yeah. The classic, we'll go with the classic Ride of the Valkyries. No, that's too Wagner.
No,
Do a little bit of Wagner. Yeah.
Attack on Titan,
Yes.
because it's anime.
Yeah. Tight on tight. I like that. Yes.
Or
Yeah.
something from Demon Slayer, because it's also
Something of that theme.
Oh,
anime
yeah.
and epic.
Something that we can't
So,
get
something
busted
very
copyright for.
anime.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's perfect because this is the anime game. So
Amazing.
and it's an epic battle scene, and it inspires Aria. Okay. I like that.
Yes.
Is there? Okay, I just had a thought. Oh, the rest of it doesn't apply. Perfect. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
perfect
Just
sense.
for the flavor.
Ario, you can.
Yeah.
We talked about that that 100,000 audience that's not just in your head anymore. This is so real. They're real. You can hear that pulsing down on you. You can feel it recharging you. At first, it feels like the years are burning away, but that's not it. The bullshit is burning away. The contract negotiations are burning away. The fact that your agent gets 30% is being burned away. And you're just in the moment on the stage. It's, you know, this scene.
Doing
You've
the
played
thing
this,
he loves. It's
not
just
only
I
doing the thing you love,
I
but
have
playing
idea.
that moment. Okay, yep, Scarlett. Oh, well, yep, you
What
jump in and
if
help as well. Yep.
what if right before attack final of Ario he will have in his head pictures of Scarlet, Zen and Ario
Oh
to
yes,
get
yep,
there.
yep. That's
yeah.
coming. Those pop in there
Power
as well
of
with that little
friendship,
extra
yes.
boot. But
But Ario just starting to realize how cathartic is to punch down the thing that he built up in his mind so much, but how much he learned from those few days, few hours with his new friends that he's old, but it's the first time he's feeling alive.
and he
And
beats
it's so
down on the
cathartic.
he beats down on the vanity of youth, of the
The stupidity,
incorrect
the
belief that
annexity.
abs make you a better actor. You know, just all that shit that
Yeah.
you know.
The
You start
annexity
to
that
remember
comes
things.
from underdeveloped brain,
Yes, you start
the
remembering things
problems
like
that
Sir Laurence Olivier and you know the and who played Kirk? My brain is, or not Kirk. That's not the one.
I don't
Picard.
remember.
Picard. But yeah, just those classic actors.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes, and in that pounding, thrashing, smashing destruction of all that was holding you back, you finish them off. I don't need any rules.
Yeah.
You pound that little shit, that insufferable little bastard that you realize you were, right? At that age, but you're
Yes.
not anymore. You're bigger now, you're better, you have a wider range of roles.
And he finally understands that the past that he built up in his memories was fiction. That now he is better because he has friends. And he said,
Ario,
"You
yes.
stupid little shit, I didn't get it. But now I have friends, now I am wiser, and my brain is working better." And he would spit on his youth.
And
his misbegotten youth.
as the cinematic spit hits the youthful, lifeless body on the stage, the music comes to a roaring crescendo, and the
And
curtain
he would bow.
literally drops on Ario's fight as you no what and then then it comes back up because you 100,000 people scream encore, encore, encore. It
Yes,
goes back up and then you bow.
definitely. Thank you. That was amazing.
We're not quite done yet
Yes,
because
but this
Zedna.
part was amazing. So
No, you're very welcome for that. Zedna and Scarlet, the Final Fantasy VII Victory Fanfare, absolutely. You watch that play out in front of you, and each of you realize that you've done kind of the same thing. Maybe that one was a little, bold and brash, but
more
hey,
literal.
it's friggin' Ario. What did you expect, right? Uh, but you are not the same three people, quite literally not the same three people that started this. So, when it all wraps and it's all done, you've got a moment to look at each other before you can feel yourselves being drawn to wherever it is that you want to go next. So, in that last moment, is there anything you'd like to say to each other?
I would say just thank you, goodbye, and maybe this way we could stay in contact. Some magic or something.
And Eric walks up beside you and grins and says, I could do that. Emperors and empresses, we've got minions. And he kind of grins and looks at your dead skeleton. It's like, we've got a messenger here. We'll just send, anytime we want to talk to them, we'll just send the messenger.
I would just clap my hands and say, nice.
Zedna, I think the second part of my incantation that has yet to come is very fitting for all of us and fitting for the world as well. That sounds like something I want you to say that bit. Now I want to do Ario, and then I want to finish on you, Kalina, because you did this. So, Ario, yeah,
Ario would take his rose, would blow on it, and two pedals would go to Zedna and Scarlet.
yeah,
Zedna would have a black rose
yeah,
made from it, and no, Scarlet would have a black rose, and Zedna would have a multicolor rose, like her true face under the mask. And if you need to contact me, you can use this as an anchor.
beautiful.
Thank you for your help.
Scarlet we snuff this rose and say thank you and put this rose into bag.
Yeah, it turns
And
into a complete
and
rose
she
as soon as you
also
grab it. Yeah,
and she also hope that Eric is not jealous of Rose.
No, it's a friendship, Rose.
yeah.
It's totally
Eric is the.
platonic.
If Eric was jealous, you'd turn around, there'd be a rose garden. Eric is a whole
Yeah,
level, leads worlds levels above Ario, as amazing as Ario is. But yes,
yeah, definitely. But
mm,
it's not the vibe. It's a
no,
friendship, Rose.
it's that
Like
connection. You
yeah,
literally said, yeah, it's how to contact
yeah,
me. Yeah,
yeah, the Rose because we were in a play together. He has a bucket of roses and he gives
yeah.
some
They were
flowers to
throwing
his
them. Your
co-stars.
crowd was throwing them on the stage.
Yeah.
All right, Zedna, take us out through this moment, and then I'm going to ask each of you where you go and what happens next. And at the end of your arduous road lies the foundation of hope that yours is an existence that is no longer alone. That's absolutely beautiful. And with that, the three of you feel yourselves coming undone, coming unraveled, re-raveling somewhere else. Everything's different, though. For the moment, Ario, you pop back because I'm gonna put you guys back basically right where you were at the start. So Ario, you pop back backstage just before a show. The difference is where there was self confidence and worry before, there was exactly the opposite. This audience is in for a show beyond shows. You are literally levels and levels and levels better at what you do in a in an afternoon's adventure in a second, as far as they're concerned. But you're also reborn, and your confidence came with it. And the show was amazing. We don't need to play that out because the next thing I want to do is
Definitely.
years later. Um, Zedna, you pop back to sort of Mission Central, except the version of the one riding in your head is sitting at a table across from you, and they look and say, "Thank you." That was something that could only be experienced from the inside. I would like. Oh, go ahead. That was our deal, was it not? It was. And I want to experience a journey. I want to renegotiate. I'd like to stay in that head, but I want to do it with permission instead of by coercion. If you allow me back in, you could throw me out at any time. You can tell me to come back in an hour, a day, a week, a year, a century, and I will. I love that ride. Your head is an amazing place to be, but I will not be there without your express consent. And this is from a chaos, like this is from a representative of chaos. They're offering you a rule to be rule bound. And as you say acceptable, he says, well then, dinner with me sitting here or dinner with me sitting there, and he points at your head. For now we can agree to. I'm interested to see where this goes, how it is here. Okay. And he's wonderful. And a full meal appears on the table between you. He says, only one thing though. When I am at the table, sometimes the food tries to run away. And he hands you a fork and grins. And for the moment, can we leave you there chasing your food, literally chasing around the food around your table with your, oh, yes, your line? Yep, give me a line. It wouldn't be any other way with you, would it? Yeah. And there's a laugh and a giggle, and you guys are stabbing food as it tries to get to the edge of the table and having a wonderful time. Scarlet, I saved this part for last because you said a thing before the fight when you kissed Eric on the forehead when you left. So when you come back at this moment and pop back to where you were, except this time Eric,
I
true to
was
form, comes with you. Yeah, go ahead, tell
I
me.
was in I was in a library in my TNT world.
Yep. So you back, and he's next to you. Now, in this world, there probably aren't any Slod, right? So for
Uh,
here, you can see it's like looking at a double image. You can see Eric as you see him, but you can also see a human face, and you realize that that's what everyone else sees. And same with yourself when you catch a reflection of yourself in the mirror, it's the same thing. You can still change anywhere on that scale, but you will always appear to be human or elven or whatever fits in here. I'll give you that right off the top. So,
I would just say interesting, and I will hug Eric.
and he hugs you back, and then in that little space at the end of it, he looks at you and he says, being new to your world, I'm not sure of the etiquette. Is it permissible to kiss in libraries?
Yes, because we are alone here.
And he says, "Oh, good." And he does the full sweep, like at the end of a dance where you do the dip motion, the full sweep down. He comes down over above you, supporting you in his hugely strong arms, holding you and grinning. And he says, "I've never kissed an empress before." And then he very firmly and with great passion kisses you.
And I will kiss back and hold his uh, neck
And just
with this.
the yeah, yeah. And that is where we will fade on that
And
image.
also,
Yep.
I was, after kissing ask, you wanted my head be okay. And I will look at him with questioning eyes.
And he grins and he says, "Oh, you've been thinking about your crown?"
Yes,
And that's, I want to cut right there because now we're going to cut to 5 years later, 10 years later, sometime later. And we're going to start with Scarlet this time with your crown. You've been wearing it now for 10 years. What does it look like?
very fancy, but at the same time have creepy elements. At the same time, like
Um,
small scars or
yeah.
something.
And there's maybe they're on the inside. He would have discussed it with you, but somewhere on the inside there's images of the little goblin crown. That's sort of almost like a paper Wendy's crown that you wore in this adventure. That's in there, sort of under some padding, so nobody can see it, but you know it's there. Stuff like that, little tiny little secret things that he's done for you. Um, you and Eric are presiding over a court. What's the situation there?
I don't know. I think we are together and maybe we have small kid
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. Yep. So, oh, I love this. So this is where this is what I saw when you said that. The two of you in your castle. No one's around. The help's in the other room, so the hiding is gone. You look like you look. And out in the yard in front of you, you've got sort of a pond, a natural pond, and in it is swimming your child. And you watch as they sort of flicker back and forth from slod form to human form as it's convenient for them. And your eyes come up and look out on your kingdom because you're an empress and you don't get to be an empress without a kingdom.
And I wish that at this moment twin skeleton come with message from Zedna and Ario.
Yep, perfect. That's absolutely perfect. They come up and hand messages to you. So, with that in mind, let's cut to, let's do Zedna next. You've had a period of time now with your the New Deal. You can tell him to leave whenever you want. He doesn't push his way back in. It's all consensual. The payoff, the repercussions, however you want to refer to it, they're they're a little more verbal in your head now. They used to be entirely just watching, and during the adventure, they kind of intervened a couple times, and there's more of that now. There's more of a. They never try to take over, and it's never more than just a suggestion. But there is an interaction between the two of you now. But where do yeah, as far as I understand it, it's still very much business as usual. Okay. Yep. Yep. And how you act with each other are just less restricted. Precisely. So yes. And it's all your choice. You can choose whether to let him talk to you even when he's in your head or not, as the case. And you've been looking into other possibilities. Okay. For uniting all the arcana back. Yes, yes. Oh, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. Yep. Oh, that's perfect because this gives us the reason to send the messages. Uh, you're told one day by your patron that if the stars are aligning, the cards have been dealt again, and against all odds, the numbers have the same three cards have been dealt again. If you can get Zedna, Ario, and Scarlet together again in one place, the Arcana will rebuild itself.
I have also question.
Hmm?
One, if this arcana will rebuild, this arcana like my Eric
Yeah,
and Zedna Fool
yeah.
will be fight another people and testing another
Well, this was
people.
the fight. You guys were the proxy. You were the people that did the fighting for them, and you won. So they are now the dominant deck.
I'm asking because I was curious if good new people come and they testing.
Oh,
No, we
eventually at
will
some
not
point, yeah.
take Eric away.
No, oh no, no,
Eric
oh
gets
no,
to
no.
stay.
Nobody, everybody gets to stay. So we'll give you a second to think there, Zedna, about that. And so yeah, if you send a message, then yeah, first thing I would do is contact them. Yeah, use the rosebuds. Perfect. Yeah, to contact him and yeah about this. And just to make it work with Scarlet's story, you guys are both you could both go to Scarlet's castle. You're sort of
Yes,
equidistant. That way we can work all the stories together without having to change anything.
yes.
If that works. Okay. So
Mm.
Ario, you
Ario would became a demigod of the arts.
oh yeah,
He
yeah,
would live fall in London and use the powers that lovers promise him
yep,
to have a little demiplane with a theater, and he's small enough that other gods, other strong gods wouldn't be interested in fighting him,
yep,
and the few minor ones that thought that he was a stupid prancy artist get a nice surprise when they attacked his realm.
yep,
And he scours the multiverse, finding other talented actors.
yep,
He teaches them, and he took a page out of the fool's ideas, and he writes as an audience when his pupils get bored, because they are a spy network, because they are suprosas, like
yep,
he's an actor and a thief. So
yep.
he gives them a safe space to
Beautiful.
train their craft,
Yep.
and then he is their patron. Now he is the patron
He's the supporter.
of
Yep. He's
others.
the
Yes,
patron himself. I love that. Full circle. Beautiful. And then one day you get a rose petal and you know what you have to do. And the
yes,
three
and
of
he
you meet.
answers
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
summons,
So
goes to
the
the
two of
court
you
of
arrive at
Empress Scarlet.
Scarlet's castle. And as you walk into the room, I'm just like you haven't even had a chance to say hello. Scarlet, you're already there with Eric. Eric, just before they arrive, he looks at you and he says, "Ah, your friends are here. For this, I have to be out of the room." As you get
I
close,
would
yeah,
I would give your kid to Eric to take care, and I
mhm,
will go to welcome
okay,
Harry and
What's the kiddo's name?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe, maybe, maybe not. I don't want
Frogger?
copyright.
I don't think you can
Maybe
copyright a name. Yeah,
I was thinking about Naveen from Princess of the Frog, but it
yeah,
could be
Why
for.
not?
yeah.
Let's do it. It's not a copyright breach, it's a tribute.
Okay,
I was thinking Zebnario, um, but so Scarlet, you prepare for the meeting. As you're arriving, Zedna, your rider says, "Oh, I gotta stay
that
out of here."
Mario
Yeah.
said Mario is nice, but could be awkward when at said nine Mario come. So
It's yeah.
I know what
Okay.
name. I want name Leon. I like
Oh,
this
Okay.
name.
that's
Yeah.
pretty.
Beautiful.
I
Okay.
like it.
All right. So you're waiting. Zedna, your patron, says, "I'm not going in. It's not my job. I can't be in there for this part. I'll be in the kitchen drinking tea with Eric." And he pops out. Ario, yours is a little different because we never actually met your patron, right?
Yes.
So,
It comes in dreams to Ario, just
well,
some information, but no
when
physical.
when you're about to walk in, your rose starts to pull on your shirt, and it pulls itself of its own accord, pulls itself out of its magical hiding place, and floats off behind Zedna's patron, heading for the kitchen for tea,
Bye bye.
leaving just the three individuals.
Okay, to know how we react alone to Albatros.
Mhm.
I think Leo would try to catch the rose, and the rose would start to play with the kid, like,
Either way, they're
uh,
all they're all out of the way because there's this moment, and because this is what it is. There's a three-cornered room in the common area and the big open center area of the castle. And Scarlet, just as you come through one door, Sedna comes through another, Ario comes through the third, and there's immediately before a word is spoken, there's a and you're connected with this multicolored line, this made up of all the colors that each of you have ever been or had in your armor or worn during this entire adventure. Even though it's 20 years later, you remember it all. It comes back in flashbacks, just bang, 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 bang. The whole silly, ridiculous, overly brave,
fun.
crazy chances, but you never really stood a chance of losing. You could see you dominated. It all comes back. That moment of glory. And then from that three-sided triangle on the ground, it kind of looks it's the wrong image, but you know the Death Star where all they all come together to a point above it? Those three
Yes.
points come together to a fourth point atop, above the three of you, completing this three-sided pyramid. And it just hums there in space for a while. And then you start to hear cards flying through the air. And one at a time, they come out of the darkness and into the illumination of this pyramid. And one at a time, they land thud, 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 dozens of times, 6 dozen times, in fact.
It's like you in solitaire on
And
Windows.
finally, the last card lands poof, on the top of the deck. And all of you feel like you breathe in and it just keeps going. You thought you were powerful before, you thought you had access before, but that was as nothing. This is the deck unfettered. This is the concept exposed to the universe. And it's beautiful and it works. And it's all because of the three of you and a few friends. I have not forgotten our rabbit friend. And
The
another and
robot.
another certain
And
scarred
Rome,
adventurer. Yeah, we forgot that. I have not forgotten them.
yeah.
But for the most part, the three of you that, for lack of a better phrase, survived this adventure are the cornerstone upon which the new empire begins. Because of who you are, because of the way you won, and because of the power of friendship and love, this new universe is a wonderful place, a supportive place. It's like Ario's stage, but writ large, protected by bouncers made up of giant Zednas. And to keep everything real, that sort of darkness at the heart of the being that is Scarlet. The three of you become legends, the dealers of the deck, the hand of fate. And with that, we leave our three godlings to whatever adventures happen after this, because I'm sure they're not done. But this part of their tale is. So thank you all for that. That was really a lot of fun. It was very combat related, most of it, but we managed to get a lot of RP in there as well. We managed to get 3 storylines completely wrapped in a handful of episodes. Uh, and your subclass is
Yes.
absolutely combat smash ready. But what you also showed, and I had to, I'll admit it now, I had to fake my way out of it a couple times. The summoning power, I know I did, like I let them summon them too fast. But if you had an hour to prep for a fight, the summoning version, played by Scarlet, is a dominant build as well. Ario's Bard with a patron is another. Each subclass is just I really like every little choice that you made in them. It is an
I
epic,
wanted,
So
epic piece of work.
flavorful.
Yes.
I wanted, if, I wanted if game will be longer, Scarlet will be so OP like a Zetna, because then every fight was OP, killing
Yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah. But
But it's not OP when it's well planned.
you guys really played it out because you played it as one tank with 2 support cast. You played out 2 fighters and a support cast. You played out all kinds of different options during all these fights. So you really tested it all out. Plus, we got to see some beautiful role play, and we got to put a nice bow on it at the end. So I
Yes,
could not
I'm
be
very
happier.
happy we got to make a beautiful finale
Yeah,
because
me
I
too.
was a little afraid that we
I
wouldn't
was
get to
also
finish this story.
worried. I
What did I
was
But
tell
I'm
you
also
very
guys?
worried.
happy we did.
What did I tell you guys? I said it. I said it. 2 words, 3 words when I'm being polite. Please trust me. I'm really good at this. Sorry to
I
toot my
do
own horn,
trust
but
you.
I'm really good at this. So,
I do trust you, but sometimes we don't control health problems,
no,
computer
no,
problems. It's just
this
life.
all it all worked out, and it ended up being our new official last show of the year. So I get to do this bit again too. I'm going to use the 3 of you as an excuse to talk to everybody. Um, First of all, let's start with Janet. I'm going to get you in another game. I really am. I really, really am. In the
We
new
are
year, there's several new
already
games coming.
planning it.
I know you want to be in one. We're going to get you in one. I will.
And even if anybody at all plan D&D, I'm interested.
Absolutely. So yeah, keep an eye out. I think we've got another D&D game coming up. Maybe I'm not sure. We got to figure out. I don't have enough days
Yes.
in the week. We got to figure something else out. But yes, I will find you another game. Uh, Brill, it's always fun to watch your characters because none of them ever hold back. They're all different, but none of them ever hold back. They're proper old school adventurers where it's just like da da da, in their
Yeah.
various different ways. They just they just
Because
go hard.
that's over the top. It's fun for me to
Yes, it's
like
exactly, and I love
be
it.
very
So
over the top with
yeah,
them.
it's so much fun to play with you because your characters are
Mm.
so over the top, and yet you manage to also make them real, and you make me care about them, and then you do these raps at the end where the whole storyline comes together, and chef's kiss. Great,
I'm
good fun
kinda
watching you work.
feel I'm kinda feel bad for being always edgy characters, but I feel
But that's your
best.
style.
Well,
And
it's either that
Kevin,
or
yeah,
yeah,
you gave me good prompts, and
you can
not
also
only you, but
you can also try
we are
something else
very
next time.
supportive bunch here.
Yep,
I gave prompts to other players
yep.
gave them to me, and you give really good ideas for me to
Yep.
work on, for me to chew on.
So that brings us around to Kalina Hitana, to use your full title. I am so glad that you traveled 3/4 of the way across the known universe to be with us. I am so glad that you chose to find a way to communicate with us that worked. I am ecstatic that you overcame all the challenges that I know you overcame to be here on the days when you were here. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your passion for the game, for your passion for this subclass, for your bravery in coming to stream with us. Because I remember a Kalina Hitana that was too shy to type into chat. That girl's gone. You can be shy. Yeah, I know. Yep. And then I didn't say you couldn't be. But that shy person is out here streaming, not just with us, but streaming on your own account. You are overcoming great obstacles. You are fighting the good fight. And I could not be prouder or happier to have you as a friend. The fact that we got to play this game, as cool as it was and amazing as it was, is besides the point. Because the real point is you have been part of this community since the very, very beginning. It's people like you that make people like me wake up every morning and look in the mirror and go, what the hell did I do to deserve this? But it's also people like you that makes me look back in that mirror and say, I don't know, but keep doing it. It's cool. So thank you all. And like I said, I'm going to use the three of you to thank everybody, but thank you all in your own ways. And that applies to every other person in our chat as well, for being yourselves and being brave enough to be yourselves out loud in the space that I made. Because that's what this is about. So thank you all again. And before I get too maudlin, I'm going to stop. Tune in the new year. Lots of new shows, lots of old shows that are coming back for more and more. We'll see you all in a couple days at the most. Um, Players, anybody want to say anything you want to say on the way out?
Happy
I
New
just
Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year. I just want to say, please try it out. Feel Better Games Fallen London, the universe that Ario came from. It's 10 plus years of great free parcel game if you prefer. There is 3 games, PC games. They are also on consoles. Through roguelikes, one a romantic game. It's a very fun universe. Think Lovecraft, but take away all the racism and put a dry British wit. It's
Excellent.
really
Okay.
amazing stuff. It's well worth watch. It's amazing. Try it
Thank
out.
you.
Thank you. That's all from me.
What the
I
name
just want to
of
plug them.
what's
Oh,
name?
it's called
Is it?
Fallen
Fallen
London.
London.
Yeah.
It's from Fail Better Games.
I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I just wanted to plug them because Ario is from that world and they inspired me
well, thank you
to
very
make
much.
this character and it was very fun.
I'm glad they did because it was a great character. Helena, I saw you typed you did have one thing to say. You have earned the right to say the final thing. Now that this campaign is finished, I will be sharing the link to the subclass. Yes, please. Yes, please. In the Discord server. Thank you so much. I know how much work you put into this, and I know you used this as a play test, and it worked because you made some changes to it. So, for anyone who wants to play it, thank you so much. I am honored to be the place that you chose to share it. With that, Kalina, I think you know how I end all my streams. Would you do me the honors of typing the closing line for me, please?
Bye.